gotta say is what the fuck.
Well, it's not a track day unless you go off-roading. As you can see, look at my fender and my rear wheel.
Oh, damn.
So, the other side's even worse. It's not a track day unless you, you know, take it in the mud and in the grass.
You are tearing up those rear tires too.
Yeah, look at the other side. Even more mud on this side.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, so what the hell happened?
Okay, so I'm always trying to impress Russ, right? And I'm driving a 50-year-old car. Okay, so no excuses. I fucked up a heel toe downshift and dropped the clutch, and it just axle hopped and sent me sideways. There was nothing I could do.
I'm pretty sure I saw the axle like jump into the trunk at one point. I have never seen axle hop that
It was
violent.
bad. It was, I completely botched just the downshift, and I adjust the brake bias more to the rear, maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
And it just axle hopped, and I was just along for the ride after
My
that.
first thought when you said, I'm gonna go set a fast lap, and then I saw you fiddling with the brake bias, I was like, never try and set a fast lap on a new setup that you've never done before.
Yeah.
And then sure as shit, you spin on the first lap.
Yeah. It was the second lap. The first hot lap.
Well, no, that was the first flyer.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
So spun in 5, and then I went off the track. For good measure, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it, so I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna go in the grass. So I just drove off in the grass and drove back on.
Wait, when you spun?
No, when I did that, the mud.
Oh, that was later?
That was later, yeah.
Oh my God.
That wasn't for the mud. I got black flag twice. So, yeah, I spun in 5, and then I went off in the kink where you almost crashed.
Yep.
Yesterday in the rain.
You spun there and you didn't hit the wall?
I didn't spin.
Oh, you went off.
Yeah, I was understeering, and I didn't think I would make the turn, so I straightened the wheel out, went through the grass, and then off-roaded to go back on.
Oh.
Yeah, it was great.
Epic.
A little adventure? Yes, we did. As you can see by the mud. Got that whole ride on video.
What'd you do?
Clutch.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Clutch pedal just goes to the floor, so I couldn't get it back in gear. So either the line broke, I don't see any fluid though, or something in the clutch itself died.
Dang.
Yeah.
The challenge for you for the weekend, Adam, was to run as fast as the Firebird, a 149.2, and the Boss 302, which was a 148.7. Paul, as our one and only fan here, how close do you think Adam got to those 2 times?
Felt like we were going pretty fast when I rode along. He was hanging with you, and I knew you were doing 148, so
Yep.
if I had to guess, I would say he made the 148.
Nope. His fastest time of the day was a 1:49.2, exactly the same time as the Firebird. So, Adam didn't make his goal. And then
I made my goal, I didn't make Russ's goal. My goal was 149.
No. Your goal was to beat the Firebird, not to break even with it. Especially considering that was set in the summertime and it was like 35 degrees out. But your challenge for me was to go faster than I've ever gone on these AS3s, which I thought was going to be impossible because they've sat in a garage for 8 months and I haven't touched a car in 8 months. So I thought I was going to be pretty rusty. And the previous time was a 1:45.03. And today, how fast do you think I went, Paul?
Today?
Yeah. Do you think I went faster than 1:45? No. Yeah, I wouldn't think so either because I was doing track days every weekend then. But somehow miraculously, thanks to the freezing Alabama winter, I did a 1:44.27. And I had a virtual best on a lap timer of a 1:44.25. So I mean, that was a golden flyer. And then the following lap was a 1:44.96. So the car will legitimately run consistent 1:44s on these ridiculous AS3 tires. So, Paul, you don't seem impressed. We need a good reaction base for how amazing this is. Come on, I won. The Corvette destroyed the Mustang yet again. And then we tried to hamstring the Corvette for the last session. We put full 18.5 gallons of fuel in it. I put Paul in the car, extra camera gear in the trunk, and then Adam was just by himself in the Mustang, and then the Mustang's clutch blew up. But we got a couple of good runs in.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got some good drifts. I slid around a little bit.
Yep, we definitely had some fun. So Adam, any closing comments?
If you're trying to find a track car and you want to build one or buy one, don't say it. Just buy a
You
new
could
car.
admit it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the reliability, if you just buy a new car like the new Z01 or the SS1LE or, you know, the GT350 or any of the other, you know, I mean, if you've got the money, you can go for a Porsche too, but they'll track all day. You can drive them home and you don't ever have to touch the car. With my car, it did okay, but brake bias, thermostat housing, what else?
Basically, I'll be honest, driving your car felt like driving a go-kart that I built myself.
There we go. That's a good description.
I feel like, you know, there was no engineer involved in that thing in any way, shape, or form, from the steering to the brakes to the throttle to the shift linkage. Like, none of the car made sense, no offense.
It's a parts bin car.
Yeah, I love the car, but none of it made sense. The Z06 is well engineered, and you can tell that by the fact that it was setting scorching lap times even in damp conditions. It was running under 150, which is unbelievable for this track. So the victory definitely goes to the Z06. Paul, any closing comments?
Though I could tell riding in the Z06 that it was faster.
Yeah?
Yes. Give it to me, Paul.
The Mustang was a lot more terrifying to ride in, which
Terrifying in a good way.
in a good way, which is more fun to me. The uncertainty as to whether or not the car would be stable throughout the turns, the noise.
Whether you're going to live or die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like skydiving.
I agree. I deeply regret not having the Firebird here. I think the Firebird and the Mustang on 245 Pilot Super Sports would have been
like a dead race.
a really good race.
Yeah.
I still think the Firebird would be faster, but not by much. And I think both cars are challenging enough to drive that.
You really did drive the shit out of that thing, though. And I'm not the first one here to say it, that you were hanging
That's
with
true.
everybody.
And like 100 people came up to you and complimented you on the 67. Not one person walked up to me. Well, no, I think one guy was like, "Hey, sweet, a stock Z06."
The Mustang did get a lot of comments. And it's fun to drive because it's like skydiving, you know?
Yeah.
Every time you hope the canopy opens, every time I hope when I go into a corner the brakes work. So, it's fun, you know? It really teaches you, like, how to drive. I mean, there's nothing. It's just you.
Actually, if you guys don't mind pushing, I'll film it, just for shits and grins.
Right.
What is that?
No clutch.
I was trying
Ugh.
I did that.
Ah.
2 miles ago. That's what happens when you put the clutch up out there. You center out clutch.
Right. Straight.
Oh god.